Hey everybody on the Facebook Live, hey everybody on the Instagram Live, so I'm kind of like coordinating both things at once. I hope that I can be clear and clearly heard. Today is the day of Ogou Balendyo. I know this live is really random. Que viva la misericordia, gracias la misericordia to all of you guys. I know it's a little random, I'm going live today, but today is the day of Ogou Balendyo. I have a little bit of time here, and I just want to share with you guys. So, in life, you're always going to have a lot of obstacles. You're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations, right? And we have many santos. Exactly. You're going to go through a lot of heavy stress. Life is meant to kind of like beat you up a little bit. So, hey, I'm trying to post over here, talk to all you guys, and make sure, hey, if you can, share the live. Anyway, so what's good, everybody? In life is a situation that is a lot of heavy stress. And right now, there's a lot of things that is going to be heavy stressing you out. Today is the day of Ogou Balendyo. And today on the day of Ogou Balendyo, you know, there's a lot of beauty that can happen for you if you attend to talk with and pray with Ogou Balendyo. Ogou Balendyo, a lot of people don't know a lot about him or as much as some of the other santos. And Ogou Balendyo is a santo that's connected with San Santiago, and he has the power to help you vencer or overcome your obstacles. And he can help you overcome them obstacles, overcome the stresses of life, step on top of what it is that you need to step on top of. But I want to give you a little bit of advice and words that we have in our tradition from Ogou Balendyo. Oh, I like that name. Anyway, so I'm talking to both you guys on Instagram and on the Facebook. So, Ogou Balendyo, one of the things he tells us is that in the confianza está el peligro. So, in confianza está el peligro. You have to be careful. Hi, seeker creature. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, in confianza está el peligro. In life, okay, you have no choice but to count on some individuals. In life, we all like to try to go at it alone, but that's not how the life works. It's just not how life works. But so you have to choose carefully who you take into your circle of confidence. Confianza is confidence in Spanish for those of you who aren't fluent in Spanish, right? En confianza está el peligro says to us that you have to be careful of those people that you take into confidence. A lot of people wonder why their plans don't always work out, or why things don't work out when you're trying to do what you're trying to do. And let me tell you something is that people, they can't help it, okay? They can't help it, but they can be jealous, or they can sabotage what you're trying to do in your life without even meaning to do so, and many times meaning to do so, right? You do have people in the world that have no good intention towards you, as well as you have people in the world whose intention, you know, may be well, but good intentions hurt people all the time, okay? Someone here is saying that, you know, their child is suffering with a mental illness, and this is something that is very much hitting all of our communities, all of our communities, whether you're in the Latin American community, the African American community, and a lot of our communities and our children are being hit really, really heavy with mental illnesses, and there's a lot of ish going on. So I'm going to turn that a little bit because I know we're talking about Ogou Balendyo. I'm welcoming all y'all comments. But I just got a beautiful message from somebody who was showing me that their child was running around with my book. Some people have given their children my book so that they can start to read. Because here's the problem. The problem is that when it comes to mental illness, a lot of these therapies and psychotherapies and drugs, they're not meant to cure you. They're not meant to fix those things. But our spiritualities do have the things to fix that. And how that relates to Ogou Balendyo is that Ogou Balendyo is a healer. He is a big healer in our tradition. He's very well known for healing. And his capacity to heal with his hands and heal others, okay, as well as those people who are horses of Ogou Balendyo often excel with healing capacities or working at spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is the foundation that you need in order to progress. Without that foundation, you can't progress, because spiritual healing means healing of your spirit. The spirit that is you. Not just this area or that area. Spiritual healing encompasses physical healing, and Ogou Balendyo can help heal you on a physical level and heal physical issues and physical problems that you're dealing with. Prayer and showing children how to pray is very important. The world is very much filled with many spirits all rodeando, all around, and it's very easy to get linked up with spirits, especially children, to get linked up with spirits that are not necessarily for them or good for them. Things happen in life, and children, often who are more open, can get connected, especially when healing is needed, because there's negative things that have happened which cause that break open. Healing, hi everybody who just joined. So healing is really something that is foundational. But in that foundation, you have to start with prayer, really accessing and working the proper vein or current of prayer. And you have to know how to pray, and pray with it strong faith, so that you can see things start to turn around until you're able to go wherever you need to go to get that healing that you need. But today is the day of Ogou Balendyo, and as I was talking there with Ogou Balendyo and just looking at him, what was said was, you always have to remember that en la confianza está el peligro. And that means two things. A lot of people hear only one layer. The spirits speak multiple layers at once. Really quick, really easy. Okay? The first thing is that a lot of people don't realize sometimes you're surrounded by more enemies than you think. Sometimes there's more snakes in the grass, more snakes in the yard than you think. Sometimes those people who is for you is just pretending to be for you. I dealt earlier this week with someone who, in their job, right, they didn't want to see that someone who was close to them was basically a dirty snake. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and cuss it up like I usually do right now, but that's a dirty snake. And sometimes the snakes are within your own circle, and you don't see it because you're not looking. So So one thing that you got to learn how to do is how to move in silence like lasagna. You got to learn how to move in silence. When you're going to do something, do what you're going to do. Okay? Pray for what you're going to pray for. Then go get what you're going to go pray for. Don't sit there and wait. I don't just pray and then sit there and wait. Okay? Usually I pray after I'm already done. Right? I'm not praying for help. I'm praying for thanks. I'm thanking because it's already done. I'm not going to pray and wait. You're going to pray, you're going to do, you're going to move. That's part of your action and your power. God gave you that power to move. A lot of people have resistance and they want to pray and wait. You can't pray and wait. You have to pray, do, and then get, thank. Okay? You need to move that prayer forward. Okay? You can't just sit there and, ay Dios mío, la Virgen me lo va a traer. Like, basically, like, oh, the saints are just gonna bring it to you. Okay? I don't sit around praying for Jesus to knock on my door or any other santo to up on my door or anything like that. Okay? What I do is I say what I gotta say, I do what I gotta do, and magically I do what I gotta do. Because if you put in that magical seed, okay, when you do that magical work, you seeding something. And you're seeding something greater for yourself, and you're putting out that plant so that you could grow that success, right? So pray, then go get, and then thank the spirits for what you go get. And when you do that, keep your lips shut. Don't tell people what you're about to go do. People will sabotage you without even meaning to. People, sometimes they sabotage you simply because, you know, they love you and they don't even mean to sabotage you. They're sabotaging you because maybe if you succeed, right, you might leave them behind. And, you know, I see this all the time, and I just saw it the other day on TV. I'm going to tell you a little song. I saw it on that show, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, right? And the woman had her husband in Qatar, and her son was too much jealous. Too much jealous to let go of his mother so that she could have love again in her life. But that jealousy was because he loved his mother, and he loved his mother and kind of wanted to keep her for himself. So yeah, that is a good show, right? So yeah, it is good. So what happened is he loved the person, and he started kind of like sabotaging her and started telling her things like, you know, you shouldn't be careful and all these other things, this and that. The person's no good without even meeting them, so on and so forth. But that's actually just, it's not because he's trying to harm the person, but sometimes out of love, right? People will sabotage you even though they love you and they care about you. They're scared that if you move on without them, and that happens, right? So when you move, you got to move in confidence. You got to pray. You got to do what you're doing. Hey, happy birthday. Oh yeah, happy birthday to me. I forgot. So hey, so yeah, you know, it's just one day. So that's why I just ended up forgetting that. But thank you. Yeah, it was my birthday earlier this week. And you have to do what you're gonna do and move in silence, right? I agree. Look, like, you do what you're gonna do, move in silence. Understand that sometimes people that care about you, you can't let them know what you're doing because they might sabotage you unknowingly without trying, right? And that's where confianza está el peligro. And the next thing that Ogou Balendyo says with that statement, que en la confianza está el peligro, you have to understand that you really gotta, how do I put this? Don't be too confident in yourself about what you think you know. Okay? So many people think that they know certain things already, and they're confident in that false knowledge. And when you think that you know something, and you're confident that you know, right, something, but you don't actually know it, you block yourself from knowing it. You block yourself from the blessing, from the wisdom of knowing the truth. Everybody can say this at some point in their life, that you thought you knew something and then you turned out to be wrong. You thought you knew someone and you turned out to be wrong. You thought you knew something about someone and then you turned out to be wrong. Right? So when you get too confident thinking that you know it all, right? And that you know, and you don't actually know. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of things you don't know. You don't know yourself. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but you don't know yourself. Right? You don't know yourself because if you know yourself, right, you're not constantly swinging here and there and here and there. Nothing moves you. Nothing can move you. Right? So sometimes when you know yourself, even claim to know yourself, or you think you know yourself but you don't, then you get upset when things show you that that's not true about you, or that you're different than what you thought. So you have to be careful of being too confident in thinking that you know things that you might not know yet. And it's fine to not know. In fact, not knowing is better than knowing. Okay? So not knowing lets you be free of false information. When you think that you know something and that's not what you know, then you find out later that something else other than what you thought it was, that's where the problem started. You could look back and be like, oh, that's where the problem started. Right? So in confidence, está el peligro, quiere decir, wants to say to you, what it's saying to you is that when you think you know people, when you're too confident in what you know, meaning when I say too confident, I mean arrogant, proud, you not really know. You just know a surface layer. To know things, you have to go really deep. That's why you don't find a lot of connection with a lot of people. That's why all of you guys probably on this live don't find a deep connection with a lot of people, because people too quick to judge and think that they know you, and so then they don't get to know you. It becomes a blockage. Does that make sense to everybody? Hi there. Right? It becomes a blockage, and people don't work to get to deeply know each other. Right? And so many people, they say they feeling alone, they by themselves, and all these things, and you are, because people don't spend the time to know each other deeply, to get to know you, because every person is an onion, and that onion has its own flavor, its own scent, and it's original. Okay? And in this case, we like onions. Okay? So who don't like onions? You gotta improve the palate there. Okay? So every person is a complex being, right? And so you can't connect deep with somebody who ain't basically getting to know your depths. You can't connect deep with someone who isn't spending that time to get to know your depths. Look at my glasses, y'all. A little crooked here because when this whole COVID thing, I haven't been able to go back over there and get me some new ones, because we busy. we'll get around to it. So today, right, getting to remember, where is it that maybe you planning something and the message for you from Balendyo is en la confianza está el peligro, where you shouldn't maybe tell so many people about what you're doing. This is very much a commonly known secret in magic, right? In magic, we always say, like, do your magic and keep your mouth shut. Keep it secret. Don't tell nobody, because people will spoil things for you, right? And even back home, people keep their name secret. People keep their plans secret. You got to keep these things secret so that it can't be sabotaged, so that if it gets messed up, it was you who messed it up. It wasn't nobody else who messed it up. And so then if you did it, then you can fix it. Then you can find a solution. But if you have to deal with all these other people putting their dirty little hands up in your stuff, then it's a lot more complicated than that. So Ogou Balendyo is a really major figure in our 21 divisions, leader of the Ogunes, and I wrote about that division in my book here. You guys got it. I know you do, because y'all all smart individuals. The 21 divisions, Mysteries and Magic of Dominican Voodoo, you know, already available everywhere. And I know you guys all left me a great review, because y'all are great individuals who do that. For good old Papa Hector, who, you know, I don't ask too much from y'all. So anyway, I wanted to bring you that message. Like, remember, sometimes the snakes, right? Judas was an apostle. St. Judas, it was an apostle. Sometimes the snakes are in the yard. They in the grass. They amongst the friends. They amongst the people that you think is going to be supporting you. Right? And sometimes it's just taking a few steps back from certain individuals. You'll see certain things start to shift in your life, including how you feel and how things start to work for you, and how different things flow for you or don't flow for you, or start to shift in your life, just taking a step back from a few different individuals. When you're a spiritual person, you have to be very careful with your energies. Your energy is very sensitive. And your energy, especially if you haven't trained and developed your powers, your cuadro espiritual, then you can absorb a lot of things that you don't need to be absorbing, my peoples, right? And we have out on mysticalwork.com, I have a class that I teach that you can buy that's about in-depth about spiritual cleansing and how that works. You know, DM me if you need that information, or message me if you don't really know about deep spiritual cleansing. I also posted a book from my friend Miss Ida. She just wrote a book about cleansing. It has a lot of good info in there, you know, and it goes over some, you know, good foundations in that book. If you're in the healthcare practice, if you're in all that type of stuff, there's good things that you could gather from that book and some foundations. And, you know, it's always good to review too for people who have been spiritual for a long time, because it's well known spiritual workers are like doctors, you know, medical staff. Yeah, don't take care of yourself. You don't take care of yourself because you're always taking care of other people. And, you know, you're the last one to take the medicine. Okay? It's sad, but very, very true. And so spiritual workers are well known for like being just like nurses and doctors, you know, not taking care of themselves as much as they should because they're too busy taking care of everybody else. We real good for that. Okay? So take care of yourself. Like I said, over on Mystical Work, there's the class on cleansing. Miss Ada, she just wrote a book on it and stuff like that. Energy around you, okay, and in your environment affects you way more than you think. And when you start to spiritually develop deeply, you're gonna be woken up to some itch. And when you get woken up to that stuff, you're gonna realize a lot of things that you was dealing with, you didn't have to be dealing with. You didn't have to. It could have been fixed. It could have been resolved. Okay? And you start to progress, it could be fixed, it could be resolved, and it could be understood. Right? And your mind ain't fucking you up as to why you're dealing with the shit that you're dealing with. Okay? It can start to make sense for you. Okay? My people, listen, all y'all, you don't need to know me. I don't need to know you. You're all my family. Because I'm just a piece of the body of God, and so are you. You might think you're separate from me, but you're not. And I'm not separate from you. Okay? We're all little pieces of the body of God swimming in that same great ocean. Okay? And so I want you to be lifted up the same way that I've been given the honor and the blessing of being lifted up. That's why I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah, so excited to do the Anaisa Ogou Balendyo. Right? Hey, you guys, you know, when I take off my glasses, I can't read that good. Right? Okay, so so excited for the Anaisa Ogou Balendyo Santa Manta ceremony, because everything I got, that's a blessing from Lo Misterio. Everything. Without the Misterio, I don't know what I'd do or who I'd be. Okay? I don't even imagine such nonsenses. Okay, so I'm so excited to be able to honor and give back to that which has given so much to me and has lifted me up. And it's why I'm also doing this petition for luck, joy, and success for all of you guys, because I want y'all to be lucky, joyful, and fucking successful. Okay, because the more successful people there is, like, the more merrier it gets. Okay, I don't want you to be grumpy, grouchy Gregory, sorry for whoever's name is that, but I want you to be a grumpy, grouchy Gregory. I want you to be like a lucky, happy, successful, joyous individual. If you ain't got nothing else, at least have some damn fucking bliss. At least have some joy, and everything else kind of will follow, right? So that's what I'm looking to share with you in this ceremony, and I'm excited to give it and give the Santos, todo Misterio, all their alcohol, their everything, because we got alcohol there. We have gonna get the flowers tomorrow morning, el bizcocho, the cake tomorrow morning, get everything, all those kind of like things that will go bad tomorrow morning. The alcohol is coming tonight. The velones, the candles, they're all set out, getting more put out there now after this video, and so excited. So I hope that this video here has gotten you something, about a message for you to take forward, and maybe you could take this wisdom forward. Saludo hi from Curacao. Saludo, ¿cómo está? So hope that has taken something you can take forward with you, and take this message from Ogou Balendyo, right? And be serious when it comes to, like, keep your plans to yourself. Do whatever you're gonna do. Once it's done, you can let everybody know. Everybody can know all your business once it's done. You accomplished. Everybody can come celebrate with you, and the haters can be mad, because that's all they know how to do. Don't be mad when haters are mad. Otherwise, they wouldn't be haters. You can't be a hater if you don't hate. So you should be glad for them. They're doing their job and they're fulfilling their purposes. Okay? Don't be mad when a hater's mad, because then you just be kind of like fall into the ish, right? Instead, be like, thank you for doing your job today, hater. I appreciate. Everybody has a job to do, right? People, sometimes people get upset, but, trash can't help but be trashy, right? So don't let nobody bring you down, okay? And keep the faith. Trash can't help but stink. It's the truth. Trash can't help but stink. Okay? And I think I'll put that up too, because these wisdoms, these spirits just be dropping here like, and Anaisa, right? She's la más sarcástica, the most sarcastic, most beautiful, dramatic novela girl. So love her to death, right? So many blessings to all of you guys. I'm gonna end this live now, and I'm going to tomorrow. I'm gonna be teaching y'all a little bit of Spanish within these lives. Whenever I do it, give you a little Spanish word here and there. Yeah, Anaisa demasiado, right? That means too much. Give you a little bit of Spanish education here, as whenever you come and join me. Okay, is tomorrow when I get ready and start doing stuff. I'll be posting up some videos for you and shooting a little bit of shots of videos of what we're doing and the ceremony and what we're getting into, and go from there. And many blessings. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. A great week we have today is, tomorrow is Ogou Balendyo. Then the next day, I jumped a day ahead. Tomorrow is Ogou Balendyo. The next day, Anaisa. Have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed weekend. And I look forward to seeing all of you back.